Hello and welcome back to the Geordie Pig Investor channel. Today we are going to look through our July portfolio update and see how much money I received in July through dividend payments. So July is one of those months where I only have a few dividend stocks paying me, but a couple of these positions are some of the bigger positions I hold in my portfolio, meaning I still received a very nice amount of money in the month of July. Before we have a look at the different dividend payments I received, let's have a quick look at the portfolio and how it performed from the start to the end of the month. So we can see at the start of the month we had £21,283 in the portfolio, and by the end of the month we actually had over £23,000 within the portfolio, meaning my portfolio gained over £1,700 in this time period, and it actually went from returning just over 3% in my portfolio to returning just over 4%. So we've not only added a lot of capital to the portfolio, we have also seen a nice 1% rise within the portfolio. The first stock that I received a dividend payment from within the month of July was Vich Properties, ticker symbol VICI. This is one of the stocks that I've owned right from the start, and I'm very happy to continue adding this position, especially at its current price. I now have 75 shares of the stock, costing me an average of £22.37. This means my current value of holding is over £1,840, and overall they have actually returned me £120 right now, being up over 7% on the position, and alongside this I've received £28.84 in dividend payments. That means that overall I am up £149.49 on this position. The dividend frequency is 4 times per year for Vich Properties, and they have a dividend yield of around 5.28%. Their 5-year dividend growth rate is 7.25%, and this month Vich paid me a very healthy £17.22, bringing my overall total for July to £17.22. The second payment I received in July was from Altria Group. This is a stock based over in America. It is a tobacco stock, ticker symbol MO. I currently have 6.12 shares. Again, I added this position right at the starting my portfolio, and I haven't actually added to it this year. So this was the back end of last year when I added to this position. And I bought in for an average cost per share of £32.42. The current value of my holding is £237.31, meaning it has returned me £34.88 on the current position, which means it's up over 17%. I've also received over £11 in dividend payments since owning this stock, meaning overall I'm up £46.03. Altria Group also pay 4 times per year, and they have a massive dividend yield at over 7.9%. Their 5-year dividend growth rate is on a little bit of the lower side, being 3.63%, but it is still ahead of that national average of inflation, which is what I'm really bothered about for the dividend growth rate. This month I received £3.98 from Altria Group, meaning my overall July total is now at £21.20. The next stock that I received a dividend from in July was GlaxoSmithKline PLC, ticker symbol GSK. I have 19.62 shares of GSK, costing me an average per share of £16.26. This means my current holding is worth £297. Unfortunately, this is one of the red positions for this month, returning a negative £20.48, which is only down 6.42%. So not the end of the world, and my position isn't massive in this stock, so it is only a small red position. I have received £4.24 in dividend payments, meaning I'm overall only down £16.20. GSK pay a dividend twice per year, and they have a dividend yield of around 3.96%. Their 1-year dividend growth rate is a massive 9.42%. This month I actually received £2.49 from GSK, meaning overall in July now I have received £23.69 in dividend payments. On the same day, I actually received a dividend payment from Scottish Mortgage Investment Trust as well. Their ticker symbol is SMT. I currently own 6 shares of SMT, and a bit like a couple of the other stocks in my July payments, I bought this stock near the start of my portfolio, and I haven't actually added to the position since because it has been massively up in the green and I didn't see any value to add to that. My current value of holding is worth £51.41, and they have already returned me £8.44, being up nearly 20%. The dividend received is a very small 22p, meaning overall I am up £8.66. Scottish Mortgage Investment Trust do pay a dividend twice per year, and they have a very, very small yield at 0.1%. They do have a 5-year dividend growth rate at 5.75%, and this month I did receive 16p out of that 22p I received in dividend payments. This now brings my July dividend total to £23.85. After Scottish Investment Mortgage Trust, we have our old trustee back. It is Realty Income. They pay us every single month. If you don't know this by now, get to know. Ticker symbol O. Realty Income are an American real estate firm who operate all across America and also across the world. I currently have 13.3 shares of Realty Income, costing me an average of £40.88. My current value of holding is worth just over £600, meaning I have returned a total of £48.99, which is also means I'm up 8.87% on the position. I've also received a healthy £16.51 in dividends, which means overall I'm up £65.50 on my position. As I've just mentioned, their dividend frequency is every single month. One of the reasons that a lot of people do actually like this stock, especially for anyone who's looking to live off of dividend payments, to be receiving a consistent payment every single month can be a very, very nice one to have in the portfolio, especially when it is a very reliable payer. And I believe that they are still at a very nice value right now, so that you can add to this position and actually reap the rewards long term with them. The dividend yield is also very healthy at 5.46%, with a quite nice 5-year dividend growth rate above that inflation rate at 3.49%. Out of that £16.51, I did receive £2.29 this month, bringing my overall total for July to £26.14. The final payment in July for myself was from National Grid PLC, ticker symbol NG. I currently own 62 shares of National Grid, costing me an average of £9.93, and my current value of holding is worth £609.16. National Grid actually had a massive crash towards the start of this month, and I was able to load up and add a lot into the stock, which saw me down in the red for a couple of weeks before they actually recovered. Like I just mentioned, they have recovered, and we can now see it has returned me £39.72, being up 5.63% on my position. On top of this, we've received £25.68 in dividend payments, meaning overall we are up £65.40 on the position. National Grid pay a dividend twice per year and have a very healthy dividend yield at 5.96%, with also a very nice 5-year dividend growth rate at 4.15%. Like I mentioned, I added a lot to this position recently, so out of that £25.68 of the dividends I have received, we got a massive payment this month at £24.25, bringing my overall July dividend total to £50.39. Another month hitting that £50 mark. It's 2 months in a row now that we've hit that, and it's just very exciting to see the portfolio grow. From this, we can then have a look at our year so far, and I'll show you on the graph. We can see that from January we got a £6.51 payment, all the way through to now June and July, receiving 2 months in a row at over £50. This graph is highlighting just how quickly the snowball effect can really take place, and it's just so exciting to see these payments going up on a month-to-month basis. So far we can see my dividend total for the year. I've received £233.33, and that is after paying all of my fees to the American companies and the taxes that come with that. So I'm very, very happy with this, and hopefully we can push on over the last 5 months of the year and see if we can get another all-time high month throughout the back end of this year. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed looking at the different dividend payments I received this month. I know that August is a busier month from different companies, so I have around 11 companies paying me out in August, and there is some big ones in there as well. So look out for that video. You'll be able to see if we hit a new all-time high again for the year, which would be so exciting. And let me know what dividend stocks you're currently buying in your portfolio and how much you're getting paid per month. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a comment and leave a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and this is the Geordie Pig Investor, over and out.